was, when I was in 8th class, I was asked by a teacher that when you go back home, what do you see? What do you see? When you go back home and you walk back home, do you see the road? Do you see the trees? Do you see other people? What do you actually see? Well, you came home, or do you see problems? What do you see? There is garbage, people not cleaning. So, if you see a problem, what do you think? Do you think it should remain a problem? Or should you complain to somebody else? But will that solve it? So what should be your role? Your role should be, what should be the solution? Not about complaining. Yeah, complaining is the easiest thing to do. Right? If somebody is cheating, somebody is pinching, somebody hitting me, that's always the best complaint that you can always do. When you complain, what is happening? You're shifting your responsibility from yourself to somebody else. As if somebody else is going to solve for you, right? Like a garbage. I mean, whatever report research Mr. Modi has done. But who threw the garbage in the first place? Right? There are simple things around you that you should observe every day when you come. And each one of you, if you can come up with one solution, can you imagine how many solutions are there here in this room? There are more than 100 solutions. You automatically become solution providers. You automatically become scientists. It is not that you only read about physics in the class that will actually make you a scientist, or a chemistry, or a math. Right? When you have an equation, or when you study maths, algebra, what you should actually ask the teacher is, yes, this is an equation, this is a fraction. Can you actually give me an example? Where can I actually use a fraction in real life? So you become solution providers. You become solution providers, and that's all you youngsters are. You're in 8th, 9th, 10th. You know, in 10 years, you are the future leaders of this country. So what you need to gain in 10 years? 10 years will go like this. Tomorrow, you wake up, it's 2024. It's not very far away. Right? It's not about you've come to this school not to pass 8th and go into 9th. It's not to come first in the class. Coming first in the class is the easiest thing you can do. Easiest thing you can do is come first in the class. But solving a problem outside is the most difficult thing to do. And that is all you should aim for. Can I solve one problem? If each one of you could solve one problem, how many problems are solved in this room itself? Right? And if all the kids in India thought of one solution, we don't need to wait for next 5 years for this country to develop. Right? So every day, some might be very, so there is, as a friend of mine said, there are no wrong questions. And there are no questions that are stupid. Something that you feel is stupid question might not be a stupid question for somebody else. So never laugh if somebody asks even a question that you know the answer. There are no wrong questions. There are only wrong answers. So no question that you ask is ever wrong. Only when you ask questions that you all become future leaders. Tell hesitate matter. I mean, I frankly speaking, when one of your teachers asked me whether you were a shy student, I was a very shy student. I was in the first bench. Not because I was very studious, because I was very short. So the teacher put me in the first row with other people because I was very short. But I was very shy. Hardly. If I go back to school today, like I would like to come back, I would always ask questions. Because there are so many things I don't know. There are so many things I don't know that my daughter teaches me, who's 11 years old. There are so many other things that I don't know my son teaches me, who's 4-year-old. There are so many other things that I don't know my younger colleagues actually teach me. You are never stop learning. You should never ever stop learning. You should, even a 1 year can teach you, a 4-year-old can teach you, and a 60-year-old can actually teach you. There's nothing, so you should not hesitate to ask questions, questions and questions. That's all how you should solve. So what we will look at, in 10 years, I would like to hear the school's name really up and saying that we got 100 solutions for this country from this school. This school saw, that's an issue. See, what happens, I mean, in a city school. City school, you go into a school, it's big. You come in a car or a bus, you go into a school, you teach, you go back to your house, which is in an apartment complex. That's it. You don't know what the country's problems are at all. Or you don't know what country's solutions are. You have a chance in it. When you go back home, this is what real India is. If tomorrow I have to come and ask anybody, how do we solve this problem of this country? I'll come to you, not to a kid in urban area. It's only Gotilla. He has not experienced practical life. He or she has not experienced practical life. So solutions will come from schools like yours. Ask my colleagues. All the solutions are my colleagues who have worked so hard. Whether providing a small solar light to an individual small house in, say, Hassan, or in Bangalore, or in Dharwad, everything has come from my colleagues. Okay, all who know real India, right? And that's what I expect. And so, coming back to you, please. I have nothing else. I just wanted to interact. I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to be a. I would rather be a student here. So, if you can teach me today, and if you have any of my questions, as I said, science questions, so please don't hesitate. Whatever I think you want to ask, right from what I had for breakfast and what my colleagues didn't treat me. But I didn't have any breakfast because they didn't feed me anything on the way. I'm just joking, sir. Don't be afraid. Yes, I'll open it, sir. I mean, it's through their questions I can actually continue.